named Lou Brindley that just blew our minds open. So we called up our friend Chip Johnson, who had been playing in a band called The Alternate Roots, a great band from Australia. And he had just stopped playing with them because he wanted to get off the road. So I respect that, but I don't like that. So we invited him to come on a ship with us and just hang out. After a couple of nights, I said, "You really just want to sit around, or you want to get up and play a little bass?" You know, so he was like, "Yeah, I'll sit down a couple tunes." So he learned a couple tunes, and shortly thereafter, we were honored and invited to come play some shows for the troops overseas. So we went overseas, and I said, "Chip, it's kind of your duty to your country to come with us and go play for your military, my man." So he said, "All right, I'll do that." He came over and he played, and I said, "You just learned like 20 tunes." Then he knows like 20-ish tunes of ours, and we're hanging out, and then I said, "Come on, Jim, why don't you just come out on this fall tour?" And he said, "Okay," and he learned 60 songs, and it's been a couple of the best years of my life playing with Chip. Alright, I want to get back to 2007, the drunken years. And I was asleep in my cabin, again on a ship. And Bruce comes down and says, "You gotta see this pedal steel player, man. This guy is so cool. He's great." So I went and I saw this pedal steel player that turned out to be Steamer, and I couldn't hear anything he was playing, but I was like, "That guy looks so cool and he plays the pedal steel. So we need him." So we went, we hung out, we had ice cream, we talked about family, we did what Steamer and I do, and then a couple of years, we had a pretty cushy gig at the time, and we were doing another military tour, and again, he was off, so I said, "Hey man, why don't you come do this with us?" He did it with us, and one night over wine in Sicily, I said, "Steamer, we will give you half the money you're making and you work twice as hard." He said, "All right, sign me up," and that's our good fortune. Steamer, yes. Now we're going to go back to about 2001. I had just played my first ever sold-out concert at a place in Boston, back when the House of Blues was small and cool. So I played the show there, and the whole band afterwards, they quit because I split the money up, and they're like, "Damn, sellout show, $50 a guy, huh?" That's, you know, that's kind of how our business is. It's like, what? You don't just love it? Like, just go ahead, just keep going. So I'm driving home kind of depressed because it's like my high point of my artistic career, and everybody just that I was playing with said I'm out. And I'm thinking, where am I going to find somebody that's cool to play for $50 a night? Where can I find a sucker like that? And who should come walking up with this truck stop? But this guy I'd seen around campus, you can't miss him because he's got a long blonde ponytail. He's got a sweater that he tucks into his jeans, and he's wearing clogs. So he looks rough at the time, but I had heard he was a really good piano player, and he turned out to be one of the great musical collaborators and friends I'm sure I'll ever have in my life. You're going to want to give it up for Goose Carlson. While we're on the topic of engagements, I'll tell you about this other thing. Now we're back in about 99. We're going to, actually we weren't really going to UMass, but we were still hanging around. We were out at that point, but and one night this guy comes over with a big, I thought he had a big beard, maybe he didn't. He was a hippie, that was clear. And he came to my little cottage and we drank a bunch of like oatmeal, nut, wheat, stout beer, like we did in those hippie days, and we like hung out and we said, let's just play music. Let's just play 70s soul music, man. Just like, we'll only play Marvin Gaye tonight. Like, I'm like, we don't even know that many songs, but let's just do this, man. And we had this great jam, and I met this drummer who could sing and play banjo and mandolin, and that was Boost Factor on the drum. Back in 19